channel. So in the previous sessions we are discussing about various concepts in Python. So in that we have already covered various operators in Python, and now in this session let us move on to the control structures in Python. So here, first of all, what is meant by these control structures? So this control structures means the name itself indicates this control structures says the control flow of the statements in the programming language. So it will show the control flow, right? So it will show the flow control, right? So these are of three types. One is sequential, decision control, iterative control. So sequential, decision and iterative. Coming to this sequential, a normal sequential execution of a statements, we call it as a sequential control flow. That means if you want to add two numbers, so that requires a two integers, so raise some two integers, a is equal to 5, b is equal to 6, and print a plus b. So here the control flow sequentially. So first line is executed, after that some 5 will be stored in a, and second line is executed, after that 6 will be stored in b, and the third line the result will be stored, that is, the result will be displayed, that is 11 will be displayed on the output screen. So this is a normal sequential execution. So line by line execution. So that we call it as a sequential control flow. So coming to this decision control flow, the name itself indicates there will be some decision, and based upon the decision the control will flow in one direction, only in one direction. So here there will be some condition. So based upon the condition, it will execute either true block or false block. So the condition means relation between two operators. So simply we can say relation between two operators, or we can say that if the relational operators are used in between two variables, or the logical operators are used in between two simple conditions, then we call that as a condition or an expression. So based upon the result of this condition or expression, the particular block will be executed. So if this condition or expression is true, then some set of statements will be executed and the other statements will be skipped. And if the condition or expression is false, this true block will be skipped and only false block will be executed. So that means the control will flow only in one direction, either true or false. Next, this is an iterative control structures. So iterative control structures means loops. That means executing some set of statements continuously until some condition or expression becomes false. So multiple executions of a same set of statements, we call it as an iterative, right? So let us see one by one. So first we will cover this decision control structures, and then we will move on to this iterative control structures. So first let us see the decision control structures. Right. Decision control structures. So here in this decision control structures there are four categories. One is simple if, if-else, nested if-elif-else. So there are four categories. comes under this decision control structures. One is a simple if else, nested if elif else. So in this session, let us look about these two concepts, and in the next session we will move on to these two concepts. Now coming to this simple if. So coming to the simple if, here we are using the keyword if, small letters, right, small letters if, and simply we can say if is a true block. Similarly, else is a false block. And as I have said in the previously, the decision control structures means we have to check the condition, and based upon the result of that particular condition or expression, the control will flow. So if the condition is true, true block will be executed. If it is false, false block will be executed. So here the question is where we have to write this condition or expression. So the condition or expression should always written in if block, right? So the condition or expression always it should be written in if, right? So if is a keyword and else is also a keyword. Now let us see the syntax for this. So here the name itself indicates simple if. That means we will concentrate only on the true block. So here if is nothing but a true block. Here we are using only if. That means we are only mentioning the true block. We are just ignoring the false block. So if the condition is true, that particular block will be executed, otherwise it will not execute anything. The sequential execution will start. Right? Hope you understood this. Now, how to represent a block of statement? So here, see, first let us say the syntax. If, so write the lowercase letters, if followed by condition or text expression. So anything we can call it, right? Text expression, colon. See, it's not a semicolon, it's a just colon. It's not a semicolon, it's a just colon. Next, statement 1, statement 2, and so on. Statement N. Statement X. Right? See, this is a simple syntax for this simple if statement. So here also we have to write a condition or a text expression, and in this block, so as I have said that if is a true block, so a block can be a single statement or a multiple statements. So this block consists of either single statement or a multiple statements, so that depends upon our logic. So how to represent a block of statements? How to represent this block of statements? So in C language, simply we can write if condition and the block of statements are represented in these curly braces. So if you include these curly braces, that implies all the blocks are, all the statements are related to this if block. Similarly, else, again we will write curly braces. So where we want to write a multiple statements, and whenever we want to combine all these multiple statements as a block, we will just represent all those multiple statements in curly braces in C language. But here in Python language, so we need not use these curly braces. So here everything will be done by following the indentation. So this is very important in Python. Indentation. So indentation means alignment. So all the same set of statements, the multiple statements which represents a block will be aligned in an equal alignment. So will be written in an equal alignment, right? So For this indentation, we have to include this colon after the condition. So here this one will call as header, and these statements we call it as should. So every header should end with colon. So if this header is end with colon, automatically in the next line the 4 spaces will be ignored, and from the 5th space the statement will be written. So automatically the cursor will skip these 4 spaces, and the cursor always starts from the 5th space. So immediately after completion of this statement, if you press enter, again the cursor will skip the 4 spaces, and from the 5th space it will be displayed. So from the 5th space only we are writing the statement. So we can observe this. So all these multiple statements are aligned in an equal path. So this follows the equal alignment. So this represents indentation, which gives or which specifies the block of statements, which specifies the block, right? So here we are not using any curly braces. So this will be applied for all the iterative statements or all the decision control statements. So in Python, in general, we have to follow this indentation, and the indentation specifies the block of statements. So how to specify or how to represent the block of statements, and that can be done by including colon at the header of this control flow. So if you put this header, colon at the header, automatically the indentation will be followed. So whenever you complete this block of statements, automatically press the backspace so that the cursor will move on to the first line. Towards its left alignment will be done. And this statement represents the immediate statements after the if condition. So that we have to observe by using this alignment. So if condition, here there is an alignment, right, 4 spaces. So this represents a block of statements, and immediately after after completion of all these multiple statements, immediately we have to press the backspace so that the cursor should be moved on to the leftmost corner. And from here, again we have to write the statement. So this implies this statement is the immediate sequential statement, executes after the condition. If the condition falls, this statement will be executed. Or if the condition is true, after executing all these statements, this statement will be executed. So this is not an else part, because we didn't write any else part, only if condition. So this is called a simple if, right? So hope you understood. So let us see the program, simple program, so that you will identify, you will understand. So let us write a program. So here let us write a program whether the number is 0 or a non-zero. See. So first read the value. So for reading, we have to write n is equal to, here input of enter n, right? So this gives the string, right? As we have discussed in the input and output statements, input statement always gives the result as a string format. So here we have to check it's a number. So for this purpose, we have to use the conversion, type conversion. So we have to convert this string to integer. So for converting this string to integer, just add int, right, as a prefix, so that this string will be converted into int, and that will be assigned to n. Now n is a numeric, right? Now we have to check whether the n is a non-zero or 0. So if n is equal to 0 colon. So this is very important. So if you include this colon, automatically the cursor will start from here. Print 0, right? Okay, so this is a simple program. So we are not writing any else part, or just we are writing the only if part, that means a true part. Now let us move on to the next one, that is if else. If else. So here in the if else we have to use both the keywords if and else. So here if is a true block and else is a true block, I mean false block. So here based upon the text expression or the condition, so the result of the text expression or a condition, only one block will be executed, the other one will be skipped. So let us write the syntax here. So here also we have to follow the indentation. So if condition or text expression colon, so this is very important, statement 1. So we can write either it can consist of either a single statement or multiple statements. Statement 2 and so on. Again else. So this ends the true block, because here we are writing the else part from leftmost corner, right? So this alignment should be same. Else again we have to include the colon. So automatically the control or the cursor will start blinking from this alignment. That means it will leave the 4 spaces and it will start blinking on the 5th position. So statement 1, statement 2, and so on. Statement X. See here this condition or a text expression, so this is called a true block and this is called a false block, right? So if this condition is true, automatically all the statements comes under the true block will be executed and this part will be ignored, so it will not be executed. And if this condition or a text expression is false, automatically these statements will be ignored and automatically the control will move on to this else part because it's a false block. So these statements will be executed, and after completion of these if else, this statement X will be executed. So statement, I am writing this statement X because it is a sequential execution. It will execute only after completion of this if else, right? So this is a sequential execution. Here most important thing, once again I am telling, that is indentation. So we have to follow this indentation. That means we have to differentiate this header and suit with a colon. So header colon, it automatically applies the indentation, right? So hope this you understood this one. And now let us see an example for this if else. So let us check whether the given number is positive or negative. Positive or negative. So first again common, we have to read n value. So input enter n value. So it will return in a string format. So for this we have to typecast. So we have to convert into integer. Now n value is a integer. Now write down if n greater than 0. So if n greater than 0, so obviously any number, if any number is greater than 0, we know that it's a positive number. So write down. So if you include this column, then alignment will be applied. So that is called indentation. So print positive, else. So if it is false, that means if the n value is less than 0, print negative, right? So this is a simple program, example program, right, for this simple if else. So here we are reading the n value and we are checking the condition or text expression if it is a greater than 0 or less than 0. So if it is a greater than 0, automatically we are printing it as a positive, and if it fails, automatically else part will be executed. So we need not write the one more condition here, right? So the important thing is this text expression or a condition should be written only beside the if statement. So we should not write this condition or a text expression beside the else part. So else part is always the false block, right? So hope you understood these two. So let us stop here. In the next session we will discuss about the remaining two decision control statements, that is nested if and if-elif-else. So hope you understood this simple concept. If you really understood my videos, like my videos, share my sessions to your friends, and if you are having any doubts regarding this Python, so feel free to post your doubts in the comment section so that I will definitely try to clarify all your doubts. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So keep following my sessions. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much.